Alex, thank you very much for joining us here on the Athletics Roadshow. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You and I have a couple things in common. We're both, and at some point in the very near future, we're both going to be BW alums, but we're also already Padua Franciscan alums. So
nice.
it's nice to meet a fellow Bruin who's doing a good job for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, awesome.
First and foremost, Alex, looking at what you've been able to accomplish this season and individually and as a team, how does it feel to be off to such a strong start and see this Yellow Jacket team, in the top 25, in the top 20, and knocking on the door of even better success?
It's actually really exciting to see this. I've been here for a while, and just seeing the progress that we've done so far, it's awesome seeing all the guys out there. We're competing our butts off, and we're doing great. I think that if we keep this up, we could win it all, and I believe in that truly.
You've mentioned you've been here for a while. This is technically your fifth year here at Baldwin-Wallace. Do you have any nicknames on the team? Does anybody call you Grandpa or anything?
Chris Viamonte calls me Abuelo. I'm Grandpa. Uncle Lud. A lot of nicknames.
It's all in good fun, though. You don't. But do you have a favorite?
Just Lud. Just Lud or Grandpa. Grandpa Lud it always gets to me. It's funny.
Looking at your career, why did you decide to come back for your fifth year? You had played technically 3.5 years, but what was it about the program that you wanted to be a part of this one more time and have one last run with this team?
Last year we didn't want to end like what we did, and I think the coaching staff really helped me come back. Coach Harrison and Coach D are awesome, and I couldn't imagine not playing another year here and just not playing baseball. And I just wanted to come back and have some fun and be a part of a team, and it's been going really well so far, and I'm grateful that I'm back here again.
So a little bit of unfinished business, also the chemistry that you've had with the guys. Safe to say those are the two biggest reasons why you came back?
Definitely, yes.
And no regrets on that one, right?
No regrets.
All right.
No regrets whatsoever.
Looking at what you've done over your time in Berea, BW Rookie of the Year in 2018, BW Gold Glove Award winner in 2019. Last year you were at D3Baseball.com All Mid-East Region First Team, All OAC First Team, American Baseball Coaches Association / Rawlings All Mid-East Selection Second Team, the BW Big Stick Award winner. When you look at everything you've done, what can you say is the favorite accomplishment that you've had so far, or is it yet to come?
Well, I think that there's two answers to that. One is one of my favorite memories is winning the OAC my freshman year. That was a great team. It was a great team that I was a part of. Great leaders on that team. Took us a long way. Unfortunately, we lost late in the NCAA regional tournament out in New York. But I think there's more to come this year.
What gives you the hope that you can take that next step and go further as a program? I mean, when you look at as a team, what you've been able to accomplish thus far in the season, I mean, you're putting up double-digit runs seemingly every game. But when you start to get into the meat of the Ohio Athletic Conference, you're going to have to grind out some games. What is it about this team that you think can do that and prep yourself for postseason runs?
I think our preparation and practice, we're always talking about concentration, and that's just been a key that I've been honing in on the guys before every game. I text them to visualize success before playing the actual game. The night before, I would sometimes text them, visualize success, so you're out there and you know what you have to do in order to win the ball game. And baseball it's a formula. It's a game of a formula. You pitch the ball, you play defense, and you do that really well, you win the ball game. That's what it is.
So how long has the visualization side of things been a part of your game, and when did you start to kind of pass on that knowledge to the next group coming in, the next generation?
Personally, I am a visual person. I've always been like that in baseball, basketball, and football my whole life when I was playing those sports as well. And passing it on, I think it's just me getting older and, seeing the younger guys during player development. I want to give back to them. I want to give back to the BW baseball team by making us a great and successful culture. And one of the things is visualization, and I'm really honed in on that over my years here at BW.
Well, when you look at everything that you've accomplished, you had the 2020 season wiped out, basically all of it because of COVID after you got back from your spring break trip. But last year, you come out, you're an all-Mid-East first region selection, all OAC. You showed no signs of rust whatsoever. You appeared in all 40 games, led the team in runs with 50, hits with 76, and triples with 4. You were among the team leaders with a .434 batting average. How did you stay sharp during that essentially almost 12 months where you really couldn't play ball?
Yeah, I mean, I played ball in the summer, actually. I played in a really tough Northwoods League, one of the top summer leagues in the country, and I was going against a bunch of ACC arms, a lot of SEC arms, and that just really got to me. And then when I came back here, the game got really slow. I think it was just me getting older as a ball player, and just being a part of it and just having different experiences really helped me along the way, and just trying to stay on top of my game. Like, I always write goals down before a season of what I want to accomplish personally and as a team. And I really honed in on that, and I really stuck to it, and I had a plan going into the season, and that really helped me.
Speaking of your plans, if you want to, you don't have to, but what are some of the goals that you'd like to see yourself accomplish this year?
Definitely win the OAC and the OAC tournament. I would love to have another NCAA run again, and I think we have the team to do it. We have the caliber. I've never been a part of a team that has so much caliber. Like, it's incredible to see how many guys we have, and all the young guys stepping up too is awesome too. Like, we have a bunch of freshmen, like Sean at second base, like, he's incredible, and we have some freshman pitchers that are throwing the ball too. And I think that age difference between guys on a team is just it's crazy, like, to think about. But everybody has a role, and they know their role. And when they do that, it's a winning formula.
So we talked about you in the role of a leader, but when you look at some of those younger kids on the team, does that kind of rejuvenate you a little bit too?
100%. I always try and keep up with them because they got the fresh legs after a doubleheader, and I'm over here just cramping up. I'm having somebody stretch out my back. I have a guy crack my back before every game because I'm just trying to be ready, not just be rusty and all that. So I'm a competitor. That's what I love to do, and I think that helps them in the long run, just learning how to compete with somebody, and I think that just helps me as a person as well.
You've done some double duty in your career as a Yellow Jacket too. You're not just a slugger, you're not just a defensive star. You've also done some pitching in your career. How do you kind of stay sharp and know that, I mean, you're not going to pitch regularly, but it is something that you may be called on to do? Is that almost harder than having a regular appearance schedule?
No, because I just love competing. That's just I don't think that I don't need the preparation for pitching necessarily. Like, I'll throw a bullpen sometimes just to see how my arm's feeling, but like when I'm in the game, it's a whole different mindset. Like, I'm just locked in. It's incredible.
Is it something that you just go to coach with before a game and say, hey, whenever you need me, I'm here?
There's been a couple of times where I've said that during the game, yes.
What's the response like?
Harrison usually gives me a nice smirk on the face, and he knows that I'm ready. I feel like he's just waiting for the right time.
Perfect transition here. Talking about Coach Harrison, what was it about him that made you want to be a part of his program, and what's it been like to play for him for 5 years?
Coach Harrison's like a dad to me, and I think that, and same with Coach D too. Like, they're great role models and just great overall people. They really built a great culture before I even got here, and we always have 3 words: being invested, grateful, and assertive. And those 3 words have always just stuck with me, and that's the key to BW baseball right there. And I feel like that they do a great job of just passing it on. And as a senior, that's the best way of passing it down to the younger classmen. And they just wrote out this formula for us, and I love it here, and I love them. They're awesome.
Culture is a big part of what makes BW not just the baseball team, but the school in general so special and so unique. You go out and you support your fellow athletes, you support your fellow students. When you're not playing, you're at the games, you're there to support them. Was that really kind of seeing that? Did that help you make the decision to come here? What was ultimately the deciding factor when you wanted to be a part of team?
Definitely. The campus was awesome. I honestly did not have a lot of colleges that I went to and visited. And I think another big thing was my family's close too. I live in Brunswick, Ohio, which is 15 minutes away, and so I always wanted my family to just come and watch me because that gets me going too. That's a lot of energy just built within me, just seeing my family and obviously my girlfriend I met here too. Just seeing them at games gets me going, and then just being around this BW culture has just really shaped me into a great person. I'm forever grateful for it.
When you look at chemistry and its importance on a team sport, how much does a trip like going down to Florida and getting to experience that almost like a quote-unquote bunker mentality where it's pretty much y'all in just isolation with each other? I mean, for a full week, you may get sick of each other, but it also seemingly could help you build a lot of chemistry.
Oh, yeah. That's another great thing, too. Just always, we have a big baseball team, so you're not going to be able to, like, talk to a lot of guys all the time because we're always, especially pitchers and hitters, so, like, it's a great way of just knowing people on the team that you really don't know that much. And I got to talk to some people down there that I didn't really get to talk to in the fall time and during winter workouts. And we have a great team. Everybody just gets along really well, and it's easygoing.
Except in between those white lines, then the easygoing part goes away, doesn't it?
Yeah. then we all know what has to be done. Yes.
Speaking of what has to be done, before I let you go, two more questions. You're a marketing major, so what are your plans post-graduation?
Right now, I'm undecided of what I want to do yet. I do want to look into getting my real estate license. That's one thing. I also want to be my own manager. I actually want to create my own product or service, so I'm still in the works on that. I've worked on a couple big projects here at BW that I think that I could take into the business world, and I can get a bunch of people to come with me and do a job. But I also want to try and play professional baseball as well. That's just always been my thing and my dream that I've always wanted to do. And I don't think my age matters. I still play like I'm an 18-year-old kid and just coming into college. I'm ready, just fresh legs. Just want to play ball. That's what I want to do.
Did that experience in the Northwoods League kind of stoke those flames even more so because you were competing against a higher level of competition?
Yeah. So I've actually played in a couple different leagues. I've played in the Prospect League twice for a team in Illinois. I just played down in Chillicothe, Ohio for the Paints, Northwoods, and then I will be playing in North Carolina. I signed a contract with a team, and that's the Coastal Plains League, and that's another big league. So when I go away and I see all the Division 1, 2, 3 guys and just a part of their team and going against those guys, especially, like, there's no better feeling than hitting a ball off of a Division 1 pitcher that plays in the ACC or SEC and just hitting a nuke off of them or something like that. Yeah, like, it just shows, like, how competitive I am. That's me.
It's nice to represent the small schools when you're going up against the bigger boys, isn't it?
Always is. Always is.
Last question. What is it going to take to get an OAC championship here in Berea, and what is it going to take to get back to the College World Series?
I think we got the formula for it. I think if we just stick to it and stay concentrated, we're going to do it.
Well, Alex, thank you very much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. It was a pleasure to talk with you. Go Bruins, yes. Go Yellow Jackets.
Yes, go Bruins and Yellow Jackets.
Alex Ludwick, baseball star, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Alex, for joining us.